Who is climbing? Who is falling? And who just flat out stinks?
Some of y'all football sucks.
This is the Big 12 Power Poll with Jake and Ben on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Want to remind you to join Hanson, Scotty G, live today. From noon to 3, they're going to be hanging out with the folks from Bar W Beef, but they're going to be at The Grill, 2264 South Main Street in Nephi. So go hang out with Hanson, Scotty G.
That sounds fun.
Does it?
You don't think anything's fun. You hate fun.
No, I'd way rather be hanging out with them at Bar W Beef than doing the Power Poll, for example.
Only because you're a huge Oklahoma State fan.
It's time for the Big 12 Power Poll, where we rank all 52 teams in the Big 12. And, we each get a vote. Where do you want to start, Christian?
Let's start at the bottom of the barrel. We've got a new dead last team, guys. Oklahoma State, hoping to reclaim their crown from last year.
When was the last time? Well, let's see. I guess they won their first game, but didn't they go winless in conference play last year? So we'll see. Is there anything worse than losing 69-3 and then having a bye week? You got to sit on it.
Listen,
yeah, your coach knowing that it was going to happen and admitting it to the country beforehand.
That was tough. Things are bad in Oklahoma State.
Think of our local teams here during some of their down years over the last 20 years, like some of Utah or BYU's less good teams.
Yeah.
Would they ever lose to anyone 69-3? I don't care.
Again, UNLV 27-0 is probably the worst loss I've seen any of our local teams suffer. And I wasn't covering the teams at that point. BYU's loss to Michigan was pretty horrendous when they couldn't get across midfield. And those don't compare at all to 69-3.
69-3.
Right.
Yeah, right.
These are P4 teams.
Like Oregon might turn out to be good, but Oklahoma State shouldn't be losing to anyone 69-3 ever.
No.
That's ridiculous.
This is different than FBS schools going up against good or against FCS schools. Like this is
exactly what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is really, really different than that.
Lose 35-3.
Right. Or 63-15.
Even 42-3. Yeah.
That's similar to what BYU beat Portland State, and people are calling Portland State like the worst college football team in the country.
Yeah.
So old Mike Gundy might have let go of the rope.
Cal Poly legitimately played better against another top 20 team in Utah than Oklahoma State did against Oregon.
Rough. Next.
Number 15, Colorado.
They're going to have a new quarterback next week.
Yeah. Deanna said he wasn't going to break that news officially, but they did play their big 4-star freshman in the last game, and he looked a little bit better than what they were able to do in game 1.
Okay. I don't know. Colorado seems on their way back to being Colorado to me, no?
Correct. They did beat Delaware 31-7, and they opened conference play. A lot of conference games this weekend, which is fun, despite it just being week 3, but they are on the road at Houston.
I like the Cougs in that.
I think so, too.
Is Dion running the ball any more than he was? I was trying to bring up the box to see how many rush attempts that
Certainly not shadoring it anymore.
That they had against. No, so they ran the ball 39 times.
Yeah.
That's 38 more times than they ran last year usually.
On non-QB runs, yeah.
Yeah. How about that?
So we will see.
Rounding it out a bit.
But I'm with you. This is a chance for Houston to start to prove that Willie Fritz is putting it together. So good game, Colorado at Houston.
What's next?
Number 14, one of the biggest fallers I think we've ever had, Kansas State.
Again, I voted him number 1 the first week. I thought
you had him 3 last week.
Well, that was an accident.
The hard part is I have no idea if Army is good. It feels like once every 20 years Army's randomly good, but that appears to be just a dreadful loss.
They lost to Tarleton State to open the season.
Army did?
Army did.
Oh,
so Army's 1-1. And Tarleton State's a heck of a team. We saw them hammer Portland State? Yeah, they shut out Portland State to open the season before BYU played them. Or BYU opened the season with Portland State? They played a week 0 game, right?
Portland
That's what
State
it was.
did. Well, that's a bad. Army is that's a really bad loss.
It's a bad loss.
For a contending team to lose to Army. Yeah, not contending anymore, I would say.
No, we opened the show talking about the ability to put one good thing in front of the other. That's how you stack good days. And it looks like Kansas State so far is letting a understandable but difficult loss to Iowa State, followed up by the star quarterback's father beating up his son or vice versa, really infect the team.
Listen, again, you have to mention that the son's like 28. Because when you say father beat up the son, people are picturing like a 12-year-old. So you have to, I mean, it's not a good look,
Yeah, regardless. You're right.
But it is better than a father beating up his son.
And again, this isn't just you lost to Iowa State and then you got stunned by Army 24-21. They needed a last-minute drive to beat North Dakota at home last week. Yeah, they're in really, really bad shape. This is the wheels are effectively coming off right now at Kansas State, and they are at Arizona this weekend. This is not getting easier for them.
What's next?
Number 13, West Virginia.
Well, they lost to Ohio 17-10.
Not
Yeah.
Ohio State.
Yeah, Ohio.
People who were optimistic about Rich Rod, it's going to take a minute, apparently.
Myself included. And they've also had at least two season-ending injuries already of like main players on the team. So it's gotten bad quickly at West Virginia.
I actually would like to go see a game in Morgantown.
Yeah,
I hear it's cool.
I believe that.
All right, what's next?
They're at home against Pitt this weekend.
Number 12, Cincinnati.
Quarterback looked a little bit better this weekend. Beat Bowling Green 34-20. They should crush Northwestern State this weekend, but
Where is Northwestern State? If Northwestern is in Chicago.
Illinois, yeah. Do we think it's still in Illinois?
I don't know. Well, Northwestern isn't a state,
No. Yeah, that's a funny thing. I mean, Weber's not a state either.
but Northwestern is not a state university.
Correct. No, I totally get what you're saying.
Louisiana.
Weird.
There you go.
Okay.
Nacogdoches.
Okay. Well, Cincinnati probably going to move to 2-1. Still not buying them yet.
Next.
Number 11, UCF.
Central Florida feeling pretty. 2-0. Beat NC-A&T, which I've never heard of.
I don't know where that is either.
I'm guessing it's North Carolina.
Well, yes. The LA Times. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, so now they're in a bye week going up 2-0, which may be more wins than I thought Central Florida would get all season. Do you know where Central Florida is? It's in the middle of Florida.
Greensboro, by the way.
Okay.
North Carolina A&T in Greensboro.
What does A&T stand for?
Agricultural and technical.
Okay. Yeah, they were 16 last week. Central Florida was, and they jump up to number 11.
Are
But
you allowed to be both agricultural and tech?
Yes.
That feels like cheating.
You've seen the machinery they have now in the farms. It's better than it used to be. It's not just a pitchfork anymore.
Isn't it just a name, too, honestly? I know it's more than just a name. But is Utah Tech, like, did they become a tech school? Were they a tech school when they were Dixie?
They wanted to be known as a tech school. That's why, because during the name-changing process, there was like a whole voting thing, yeah. But no, I wouldn't say so, I guess.
But anyways, good for Central Florida. 2-0 going into a bye week. This might be the best it gets for them this season.
All right, next.
Number 10, Kansas.
Kansas lost to Missouri 42-31. They were number 7 in the poll last week. They dropped a few spots. You know, losing on the road to an SEC team, not great, but...
That's not terrible either.
But yeah, no, I should say it's not terrible. That's what I meant to say. It's not terrible, but Missouri is not necessarily, you know...
They're better than Army.
Yeah, they are better than Army. Yeah, absolutely. And Kansas deserves to be...
It's a better loss than
ahead of
Army.
Kansas State. It just would be nice if the Big 12 had a couple of better wins than the non-conference wins they have, which so far, I'm not going to be able to do all of it off the top of my head, but, you know, Utah beating UCLA and BYU beating Stanford aren't exactly, I guess, Iowa State beating Iowa. It's not exactly signature wins yet for the conference.
TCU over North Carolina.
Okay, my point stands. I don't know if there's been a signature in-conference win yet.
No, but that win's every bit as good as UCLA or Stanford.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe better.
Iowa's better.
Iowa's better. I think so, too.
Next.
Number 9, Houston.
Kansas also has a bye this weekend. Houston beat Rice 35-9. I'm starting to buy a little bit of Houston stock.
Willie Fritz.
Willie Fritz.
Our guy.
I think if you beat Colorado this weekend, as we talked about, you're 3-0. You're going to pick up some wins. You might have a chance to get to that bowl game. Should be a real accomplishment. Remember what a joke they were.
Oh, they might be better than that. Don't sell them short. We saw the bottom rise to the top last year. No reason it couldn't happen again.
Yep.
All right, next.
Number 8, Arizona.
Again, this is the middle of the conference where it's hard to know exactly how good they are. They crushed Weber State. We're going to talk to Mickey Mental coming up next, but they haven't had a real challenge yet.
They played Hawaii
They beat
and Weber
Hawaii
State.
and Weber State. So, but neither is Utah or BYU. They haven't had a challenge yet either.
I thought Brandon was a pretty good coach. I thought that was a pretty good hire, and then it went so badly last year. I wonder if there were some other things at factor, and maybe he's getting the program where he wants it. I don't know. It certainly shows more potential than I thought they were going to show.
They are hosting Kansas State with a huge, not a huge game. I don't want to overstate it, but if Kansas State's going to turn their season around, they've got to do it now. And if Arizona wins this one, they're going to feel quite good, 3-0 with a good in-conference win.
Next.
Number 7, the Baylor Bears.
Valor!
10, they jumped up to 7. They did go on the road and beat a top 20 SMU team in double overtime.
That's the best win in league, if you want to look at it.
Yeah, that is the best win in league so far. We'll see
Or
if SMU
for
is
the
good.
league.
Yeah,
Not
that's
in
the
league.
signature win.
So got to give them credit.
Yeah, and they bounced back. They should have lost that game, right? They were they up 2 touchdowns, they blew it, and then survived in double OT. But we'll see. We'll see if Dave Aranda can get this thing going straight. They should beat Samford this weekend.
But remember, they did it on the road at SMU, too. They should
that was a
get
good
some
win.
credit
Absolutely.
for that win.
That's a very good win.
Next.
Number 6, Arizona State.
Probably could have dropped them below Baylor.
I mean, Mississippi State's not a bad loss.
It would have been last year. Well, we'll see how good Mississippi State is. This is the hard part about the transfer portal is, Florida State can be the worst team in the country and then flip it in an offseason and be really good. Maybe Mississippi State's good.
They're still better than Army.
Probably. But they were the 16th best SEC team last year. They were a true disaster last year.
Still better than Army.
I think you're probably right.
And kind of not fair last year, honestly. Or the last couple of years, when did Mike Leach pass? I mean, that was so untimely and just rocked that whole situation.
But they're taking on Texas State this weekend. They should move to 2-1.
Next.
Still good. I'm not as good as they were last year.
Number 5, TCU.
Go Frogs.
1-0. They've got a bye week. They had a bye week in week 2.
But they did trounce North Carolina.
They did.
And they looked really good doing it. And your guy Bilocek did bounce back last week with a win. So maybe UNC not the worst team in the country, but TCU made them look like it.
TCU hosting Abilene Christian this weekend. So TCU should be fine.
Next.
Number 4, BYU.
Beat Stanford 27-3. Now they're going into a bye week. They're 2-0. Again, we're at a point in the season where a lot of these teams, for the most part, it's kind of a lack of information maybe that's protecting them and putting them at the top.
I think BYU overall is a really good team. Like the amount of talent that they have on the roster is really, really good.
They have done exactly what they should have done.
Yep.
And I'm not going to – you can't fault them for that. They've been good. They have not disappointed anywhere, I don't think.
The defense is going to keep them in every game.
And I think the defense is even better than I expected.
So I had BYU at 4, very comfortable with that vote until they prove otherwise.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
All right, next.
Number 3, Texas Tech.
They beat Kent State 62-14. They should trounce Oregon State this weekend. We will see. They haven't really played anybody yet, but the talent is there.
Well, I mean, it's the same as Utah.
Yep.
They haven't played anybody, but you think it's there?
They've got some speed. They've done exactly what has been asked of them, just like BYU as well. The high expectations have been met with what we've seen on the field so far, but context really matters.
Next.
Number 2, Utah.
Beat Cal Poly 63-9. Slightly better test at Wyoming. UCLA is probably the best test they've had so far, and obviously they crushed UCLA. And UCLA is terrible.
The Pokes might be better than UCLA.
Maybe.
I don't know enough about the Pokes roster, I suppose, but they might be better than the Bruins.
I bet Wyoming's thrilled to have a Big 12 team coming up. Pretty unusual.
I don't know. Wyoming has hosted a lot of random big teams in non-conference. It wasn't that long ago. Tennessee went to Laramie.
Yeah, you're right. It was a couple of years ago.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll treat Utah poorly. That's usually the rep up there.
As they should. That's what your reputation is. Don't be easy to play at, Make that one of your very few advantages.
I wonder how windy it's going to be because it's windy. Like, have you been to Laramie? It's windy like 365 there.
Well, Utah doesn't throw the ball further than 4 or 5 yards down the field,
So it
it's not a
doesn't
big
matter.
deal.
No, I'm just
It shouldn't
curious
matter at all.
about. I don't know how people live in that condition.
I'm with
where
you.
it's
Wind
just
is not my.
windy all the time. Anyway, next.
Number 1, Iowa State.
3-0, has 2 wins over P4 teams. Kansas State, which might not matter all that much, and I don't know if Iowa was any good. I was actually a little unimpressed with the win against Iowa, 16-13. I think I would have liked to have seen Iowa State put up more points. For me to believe in Iowa State, they're going to have to be more than what they are every single year, and this is what they are every year. They win some tough, close games. It's hard to win a lot of close games, though.
Yeah, but they do.
They do.
I don't know if you're really that into style points. This was an easy number 1 vote for me.
I agree.
I don't think, I don't know, Utah fell victim to this for so many years where nobody thought they were any good because of the way that they beat teams.
But it also bit them at important times when if you're trying to win all these close games, at some point you don't win the close game. You know, you're playing with fire over and over and over, and I think that's what's going to be Iowa State's fault this year.
Okay.
I don't think they're any different than every Matt Campbell team we've seen, which is really good.
And has won the league before, so
We'll just see if they can break through.
I think Iowa State's easy the number 1. All right, review.
New number 16, Oklahoma State, followed by Colorado, Kansas State, West Virginia, Cincinnati, Central Florida, Kansas, Houston, Arizona, Baylor, Arizona State, TCU, BYU, Texas Tech, Utah, and Iowa State at the top. New number 1, by the way.
Well, yeah, Arizona State lost. Scatterboo might have been
Really good.
a critical part of why they achieved last year.
Yep. Where's he playing now?
The
The
Giants.
Giants. Yep.
The football Giants? How do you play? Do we know?
Barely.
He played a lot, didn't he?
I don't think he played very much.
2 carries, -3 yards.
Okay. Not great.
It's on that Ashton Genty grind.
Stay tuned. Mickey Mental, head coach at Weber State, joins the show. Coming up next, Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.